Hello everyone. Hello. Yes, guys, welcome back to Oliveboard Regulatory Bodies. And yes, we will start with our 100 MCQs marathon today. Okay. We are not going to take just 100 questions. I think we will go beyond 100 questions. We will try to take 150 questions. But I'll be very, very fast and quick with this. So just take 150 questions. But I'll be very, very fast and quick. Okay, I'm audible enough, I think. Okay, shall we begin this particular marathon? Okay, are we ready? Okay, let's start with our first question. Okay, which of the following techniques were used for creating first sheep dolly germinal? So options are germinal cell transfer, somatic cell transfer, nuclear transfer, gene transfer, genome engineering. So the answer here is B, which is nothing but your somatic cell transfer. So remember this, it's a very important news which is associated. Last year only, first cloned Gir buffalo's calf Ganga was produced. That is why this question I have asked. There is a reason, particular reasons here. Ganga, first Desi cloned cattle, Gir cattle has been like discovered by your which organization? National Dairy Research Institute organization. Okay. ICR, Indian Institute of Wheat and Barley Research, is located in which of the following location? Answer, guys. Okay, so the answer here is A, that is Haryana. The Indian Institute of Wheat and Barley Research is located in Haryana. The cultivated command area for medium irrigated project is how much? Less than 2000 hectares, 2000 to 10,000 hectares, more than 10,000 hectares, 5000 to 10,000 hectares, and 10 to 100 hectares. The answer here is that is B, which is 2000 to 10,000 hectares. That is medium. Minor is less than 2000 and major is more than 10,000. The upper branchy part of the tree above the bole is called as what? Crown, treetop, canopy, jewel, or coop. So the answer here is A, crown. Let's now move to the next question. Which instrument is used to measure soil moisture? Pyranometer, pycnometer, tensiometer, hygrometer, and piezometer. The answer here is hygrometer. It is used for measuring your moisture content. The cereals like rice, wheat, maize, sugarcane, and sorghum are major staple food of most of the populations. Which of the above given crop has highest acreage in India? I am talking about acreage, area under cover. Yes, answer. So the answer here is A, that is rice. The event which served as a catalyst for the launch of Grow More Food campaign in India, locust attack of 2019-20, the Great Famine 1876, the Bengal famine 1943, the drought in Maharashtra and Bengal famine of 1770. And the answer here is your C, that is Bengal famine of 1943. Okay. Match the following boards with respective headquarters. Coffee board Kochi, rubber board Bengaluru, tea board Kottayam, spice board Kolkata, and you have to match the pairs. So the answer here is your A, that is 1 is to B, that is coffee board is in Bangalore, then rubber board is in Kottayam, tea board is in Kolkata, and spice board is in Kochi. Okay, so headquarters and location have been given for each of the boards. Just remember this carefully. National Agricultural Research Project was launched by Indian Council of Agricultural Research in 1979 for initiating agricultural research in agroclimatic zones of the country. National Agricultural Research Project NARP has divided country into how much agroclimatic zones? 112, 152, 127, 190 or 101. And the answer here is 127. Let's move forward. Which of the following crops is grown in calcareous soil or calcareous soil? Cotton, maize, tea, areca nut, and clover. The answer to this question is clover. Clover is the crop which is generally could be grown in calcareous soil. These are the soils in which calcium carbonate dominates as a component. Which of the following is the apt definition of cropping pattern? It is a study of yearly sequence and spatial arrangement of the crops on a given area, method of crop cultivation, practice of growing series of different types of crops in same area across a sequence of growing season, study of positioning of the crops in field. It is the study of growing crops in the same field. Study of growing different crops on same field. So the answer here is A, which is nothing but it is study of yearly sequence and spatial arrangement of the crops in a given area. Practice of growing series of different types of crops in same area across sequence of growing season. That could be your crop rotation. Okay, so don't confuse. Spatial arrangement also has been mentioned here. That is why A will be your correct answer. Difference between cropping pattern and cropping system. Crop rotation is the practice which major of the farmers follow. It is yearly sequence and cropping pattern. When we are talking about, it is yearly sequence and spatial arrangement of the crops and fallow on a given area. Whereas cropping pattern, when I'm talking cropping system, I'm talking about, it is nothing but cropping pattern and different factors which are associated with cropping pattern in a particular field, that gives cropping system. So three things are there: cropping pattern, cropping system, and crop rotation. Crop rotation is nothing but it is practice of growing different types of crops or choices of crops on a same area of land in consecutive sequences for every growing season or every year. That is your cropping, that is your crop rotation. Identify the correct statements regarding cropping systems. It aims to derive benefits from given resources base under specific environmental condition. It studies the interaction between cropping patterns with the farm resources and available technology, and it studies the proportion of area under various crop at a point of time in a unit area. I personally feel that all three statements are correct, and yes, all three statements are correct. Cropping system is nothing but what choices of crops you want to plant, what is your cropping sequence. That is, cropping system is a combination of cropping pattern, crop rotation, and crop management activities and the factors which associate different cropping patterns togetherly on the field for a period of particular agricultural year. So it's a combination of multiple things, that is cropping system. In which of the following cropping system two crops are taken in 3 years in scarcity area, that is dry farming, where rainfall is very low? Ratooning, fallowing, alley cropping, relay cropping, and triple cropping. Two crops are taken in 3 years in scarce areas or dry areas where rainfall is low. So the answer here is your fallowing. It is nothing but when two crops are taken in your dry areas, any two crops will be taken for 3 year period, okay, and they will be rotated based on the uncultivated area, that is called as fallowing. So the fallowing is nothing but when one part of your particular field is kept uncultivated year on year or season on season. Identify the characteristics of monocot seeds. Parallel veins, muscular bundle, complexly arranged, fibrous root. Web-like veins, vascular bundle, linearly arranged, fibrous root. Cubical structure of veins, vascular bundle, cobweb-like arranged, taproot. Linear veins, vascular bundles, linear arrangement, taproot. Cylindrical veins, vascular bundles, circular arrangement, and fibrous root. The answer here is A. For monocot seed, parallel veins are there, vascular bundle is there, which is complexly arranged, and fibrous roots are there. Don't forget this, please revise this again and again. These crops are harvested at early maturity, finely chopped, packed tightly to exclude air, and stored in tower silos, pits, and trenches for proper fermentation, which is used as animal feed during lean period or off season. Identify the type of the crop: restorative crop, companion crop, Uttera crop, nurse crop, or silage crops. The crops which we are talking right now are mainly fodder crops, but which are stored for a very longer period for livestock and cattle as fodder crops in different silos or storage units or trenches, pits. These are silage crops. So E is the correct answer. Which type of fishes live in the salt water but breed in fresh water? So again, classification of the fishes based on their habitat. What is the answer? Catamodromus, Anemodromus, Amphidromus, Oceanodromus, Potamodromus. Okay, let's move forward. So the answer here is B, that is Anemodromus. Good answers, guys. Okay, yes. Anemodromus are those who spend their life in salt water but they return to fresh water for breeding. Catamodromus spend their whole life in fresh water but they move to the salt water for breeding. Oceanodromus live and migrate and even they breed in ocean, like in salt water only. How many pairs are correctly matched? Agnatha are jawless fishes. Chondrichthysis are cartilaginous fishes. Potamodromus are freshwater fishes, and they freshwater in the sense they only exist in freshwater. And Osteichthysis fishes are bony fishes. Here, if you see, three options are given here. Four options are given here. We have to find which pairs are correctly matched and how many pairs are those which are correctly matched. Either one pair, two pair, three pair, four pair, or none of them are matched. The answer here is that four pairs. All four options are correct here. Agnatha are jawless fish. Chondrichthysis are cartilaginous fish. Osteichthysis are your bony fish. and Potamodromus are those fishes which actually exist only in freshwater. Which of the following is not classified category of inland fishes? Inland fishes are those inland fishery. When I'm talking about, it is all about the water bodies which are inside the land. So lacustrine lakes, estuaries, ornamental, of course, which is done for the ornamental purposes. Okay, and then comes sports fisheries also. All these are again inside your land. So oceanic fish, this is your wrong option. This is the type of your marine fisheries. So fisheries is again classified into inland and marine, and that's where your marine fisheries, in that your oceanic fishery will come in. Which of the following categories of microorganisms can cause Surra disease in vertebrate animals? Virus, protozoa, then bacteria, fungi, and algae. So Surra disease here, that's why the answer here is B, protozoa. It happens because of the protozoa. So if you look at it, Trypanosoma evansi is that protozoa. It transmits through your flies. Flies are responsible, flies bite, and Trypanosoma passed on in the animals. National Seed Corporation, responsible for production and distribution of high quality seeds, sale of biofertilizer in India, planting materials, was established in the year of which of the following? 1956, 1964, 1962, 1963, and 1966. So the answer here is your D, that is 1963. This is the establishment year of your National Seed Corporation. Which of the following states fall in lower Gangetic plains? Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, and Jharkhand. So don't get confused here, guys. Okay. So E will be your answer, none of the above. Why? Neither Himachal Pradesh, neither Uttarakhand, neither Uttar Pradesh, and neither even Jharkhand is in your lower Gangetic plains. So lower Gangetic plains, when I'm talking about, this is your middle, and this part is your lower Gangetic plains. It will include only some parts of Bihar and West Bengal. Which of the following statements are correct related to relay cropping? Relay cropping के related some statements are given. It is a cropping system in which succeeding crop, that is next crop, is sown or planted when first crop, that is preceding crop, reaches its physiological maturity stage or before it is ready to harvest. Correct? It ensures intersowing of the seeds for succeeding crop is done before you are harvesting of maturing crop. Second is also correct. Para is the example of relay cropping which is practiced in Kerala. Now this is completely wrong. Para and Uttara are two types of local relay cropping done in your eastern states, and that's why 1 and 2 will be your answer. So B, only 1 and D, only 1 and 2. 1 and 2 only is your answer. Why 3 is wrong? Because para is a relay cropping which is known in Bihar and West Bengal. Uttara is the relay cropping known only in your Madhya Pradesh. These means nothing but sowing of lathyrus or lentils before the harvesting of the land. So here your preceding crop is rice and succeeding crop is, sorry, your preceding crop is lentils or lathyrus and your succeeding crop is rice. So in this way, first crop, second crop, such relay cropping is done. Mustard is a leading crop in which of the following states? So the answer here is mustard is famous, one of the famous oil seeds in Rajasthan. According to 2023-2024, Rajasthan and Gujarat are the leading states in the production of oil seeds. Remember this. Which of the following is the example of bast fibers? So there are various types of fibers, that is, So when we talk about classification of fibers, leaf fiber would be there. That is fiber which is from the leaf of the crop. Stem fiber would be there. Okay. Then one which is from the seeds of a plant. That is seeds fiber is there. Cotton is one of the example. Similarly, bast fibers are there. Let's see the classification. Wood fiber, that is fiber which comes from softwood and hardwood. Seed, cotton, kapok and coir. Leaf fiber which is from sisal, banana, abaca, and bast fiber is nothing but which comes from either stem or the bark, that is flax, hemp, jute, rami, kenaf are all your bast fibers. Which of the following are gangetic carps, that is in Ganges river these are there, and these are your Indian carps? Katla, mrigal, rohu, only ABC. So Katla, Rohu and Mrigal images are given. The answer here is E. All three are your Gangetic carps. Read about them more. Which of the following are characteristics of featherback fishes? Featherbacks के characteristics पूछे गए. Adapted for flowing conditions, that is flowing in fast waters. Feeding on aquatic insects, shrimp, small fishes, correct. Carnivorous and predatory fish, correct. All three are correct. E will be your correct answer. What is the full form of NPOP? National Production for Organic Products, National Project for Organic Production, National Plan for Organic Production, National Program for Organic Production, National Program for Organic Products. The answer here is D, that is National Program for Organic Production. This is your real full form. The rice wheat is dominated biennial crop rotation in Asia and occupies 18 million hectares of area in Asia. How much percentage is present in Indo-Gangetic plains of India? 75%, 65%, 95%, 55% and 70%. How much rice and wheat in terms of percentage is grown, in terms of percentage area is grown in Indo-Gangetic plains when you consider Asia region? So the answer here is A, that is 75%. So out of total rice and wheat cultivation which happens in Asia, in Indo-Gangetic plain, it's 75%. The management and protection of forest and afforestation of barren and deforested land to promote socio-economic and environmental development are termed as social forestry. The term was coined by which of the following? Eva Ekebald, Norman Erskine Borlaug, Benjamin Perley Pal, Hemsing Pruthi, and J.C. Westoby. So the answer here is J.C. Westoby. So social forestry, I hope you are knowing. This is the question which has been asked in your phase 2 exam 2 times in 2 years. Different years, phase 2, the question was asked. Which state has observed maximum decrease in cattle population as per 20th livestock census? Decrease has been asked. According to 20th livestock census, Bihar, Gujarat, Maharashtra, MP and UP. Yes, so the answer is here your E, that is Uttar Pradesh. So 20th livestock census here, some data, 535.78 million in an increase of 4.6%. Total bovine population was 302.79 million in 2019, an increase was 1%. The cattle's number has been given here, and most important of all, the poor performing state was here. Livestock population in Uttar Pradesh is highest, that is 67.8%. But here the question was asking about decrease in the overall cattle population has been seen in the Uttar Pradesh itself. Okay, so this would be your correct answer. Which of the following is India's first agricultural university? Punjab Agricultural University PAU, GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, Chaudhary Charan Singh Haryana Agricultural University, and University of Agricultural Sciences. So the answer here is GB Pant University. This is your one of the oldest university. Evergreen revolution is a concept that deals not only with cereal production but entire agricultural production. In which 5-year plan it was introduced? Very important. ये मैं आंसर बिल्कुल बताऊंगा नहीं, ना कोई हिंट दूंगा, ना मैं खुद इसको आंसर दूंगा, आप बताओगे. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, सिंपल लग रहा है लेकिन बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. प्लीज ट्राई टू आंसर दिस. Many students are live now. At least everybody can give the answer now. See, I am also reading your chats. जितने जल्दी आप chats के थ्रू आंसर दोगे उतना मैं आगे फास्ट चलूंगा. My aim today is to complete at least 100 questions. 150 questions तो कर ही लेंगे. So the answer here is B, that is 11th 5-year plan. This year like MS Swaminathan sir, he is very important. He was born on August 7, 1925, and last year we lost him. Notable awards won by him are Ramon Magsaysay, Albert Einstein World Award of Science, Padma Vibhushan, and World Food Prize also. Okay, so very important personality, and we lost him last year. The term Green Revolution, Evergreen Revolution are his terms which have been coined. Not only that, the pricing of MSP also, he has a very important role in terms of C2 plus FL. Okay. Which of the following is the correct formula of cropping intensity? Gross cropped into net sown area upon 100, gross cropped upon net sown area into 100, gross cropped divided by net irrigated area into 100, net cropped area upon net sown area into 100, gross irrigated area upon net irrigated area into 100. So the answer here is B, that is cropping intensity is cropped area, gross cropped area upon net sown area or net cultivated area into 100. Which of the following river basin does not fall into Trans-Gangetic Plains region? Sutlej, Bias, Ravi, Ghaggar, and your Kosi. So the answer is E here, that is Kosi. Kosi is the river system which is also called as Kasi in the eastern part of India. It's not associated with any of the Trans-Gangetic region which comes to the western side. This is the eastern river. Very important question. Intercropping. Now read along with me. Read along with me. Okay. So read along with me. Confuse मत होना. बहुत बड़ा question है. You may get very scared by reading at this question. But if you read it, it will be one of the most easy questions here. Intercropping is a farming method that involves planting or growing more than one crop at the same time and on same piece of land. Okay, considered it is growing more plants, that is more combination of crops together on same piece of land in different patterns. Okay, growing two or more crops. It means having more than one type of crop growing in the same space at same time. Correct. The rationale behind the farming practice is that different crops are planted not likely to share insects and disease causing agents, while the goal is to produce even greater yields than it would be if space was utilized by only one crop. So rather than one crop taking up all the space, multiple crops from different backgrounds which will not be affected by different insects are planted together. Considering the above information, choose the correct definition for land equivalent ratio in terms integral related to the intercropping. What is land equivalent ratio? Ratio of the area needed under sole cropping to one of the intercropping at the same management level to give an equal amount to yield. Ratio of irrigation per square kilometer of area needed for the base crop and intercrop. Ratio of the farming resources utilized by the base crop and intercrop. Ratio of the nutrient consumption in 1 square kilometer area by base crop in relation to intercrop. Ratio of nitrogen fixation in square kilometer by intercrop in relation to base crop at same management level. Answer guys. मन ही नहीं पढ़ने को किया. Okay, in comment section tell me what is land equivalent ratio. LER क्या होता है? तो फिर मैं बताऊंगा इसका आंसर. So land equivalent ratio, here the answer is A. What is land equivalent ratio? Simple. Suppose एक crop है X और दूसरा crop है Y. Are we clear here? अभी मैं कुछ बताऊंगा, आपको याद रखना है. Okay? So suppose my one crop is X and suppose my one crop is Y. Let's consider like this. There are two of the cropping systems which I am doing. I am doing cultivation of X separately on my field, that is monocropping of X, and monocropping of Y on separate fields. And then I am trying to find out the yield of the crops. Suppose the yield of the crops, I find out the yield also of the crops, and then I also do after doing monoculture of X and Y, I am also doing integrated farming through polyculture, that is cultivation of X and Y mixed in the complete piece of land, not two separate lands, but overall whatever land I am having, I am mixing both the crops. And then after doing integrated farming, suppose I am finding out their yields, then land equivalent ratio, it is nothing but a ratio of, land equivalent ratio is nothing but a ratio of the crops yield in when cultivation was done through polyculture and a ratio of the crops when cultivation was done through monoculture. If you consider that ratio, and if that ratio comes less than 1, if that ratio comes less than 1, then definitely you should not go for intercropping. If it comes less than 1, then definitely yield disadvantage is there, and that is why you should not do intercropping or polyculture. But if the land equivalent ratio is greater than 1, for example here in this case it is 1.4, so it is greater than 1, so here definitely we can do your intercropping or polyculture. Suppose land equivalent ratio is equal to 1, then it all depends on our choice that do we want to do it or not, because there is no profit no gain. So generally land equivalent ratio is nothing but, by the definition, it is ratio of area under sole cropping to one of the intercropping at the same management level to give an equal amount of yield. So it means that suppose two crops are there, first case you are doing monoculture or sole cropping, second case you are doing intercropping or polyculture, and when you take the ratio of intercropping and intercropping crops, first case, and second case, that is your monoculture or sole culture crops, when you will take the ratio of the yields of both the cases, if whatever ratio you will get, that ratio will be either greater than 1 or lesser than 1. If it is greater than 1, then definitely you should go for your polyculture or your intercropping. If it is lesser than 1, you should not go for intercropping or your polyculture, because it will not give you more profits if you are doing the cultivation together. So this is what the land equivalent ratio tells you. It is a practice of producing 2 or more crops in narrow bands throughout the length of field. The bands are wide enough that each crop can be managed independently yet narrow enough that each crop can influence the microclimate and yield potential of adjacent crops. Identify the cropping pattern we are talking about: parallel cropping, companion cropping, synergetic cropping, strip cropping, and symbiotic cropping. So the answer what we are talking about here is your strip cropping. So strip cropping is a type of cropping where various kinds of crops are planted. In strip type of cropping, two of the crops which are planted together, they are neither wide enough. Okay, these are neither wide enough or these are narrow enough that each of the crop can influence the microclimate and yield potential of the adjacent crop. That means both are wide enough that they can be managed independently. That means they can survive on their own. The difference, the spacing between two crops, the wide enough in the sense the width between the crops is enough that they can survive independently, and they are narrow enough. That means that length between them, that overall isolation distance between them, it is wide enough that they can independently survive, and it is close enough that they will actually support each other for the growth in terms of microclimate and yield potential. That's what your strip cropping is. So this is your strip cropping. Next, plant which releases secondary compound or biochemicals which have stimulatory or inhibitory effects, it's called as what? So there are certain plants, if you are planting these plants in a particular field or on a land, then these plants are having certain biochemicals which they release either in soil, either in atmosphere, such that they prevent the growth of other plants or other vegetative matter. This quality of producing biochemicals which are toxic to other organisms is called as allelopathy, and such plants are called as allelopathic plants. For example, the toxicity or the chemicotoxicity of marigold flower, marigold is also one of the examples of allelopathy. So it is nothing but direct or indirect, positive as well as negative effect on other vegetative plants or matter. Always remember, there is negative effect also and positive effect also. So you have to remember this. What is the time period of Kharif crop? June to October, February to June, January to May, April to September, July to November. So the answer here is your A, that is June to October. Precisely if I talk about, then like in last 2 to 3 years, you can say it that June to September is your Kharif period or monsoon season. Okay. Next, which of the following is a Zaid crop? Cucumber, gram, peas, sorghum and groundnut. So all type of coal crops, all type of melon crops, all type of crops which could be grown in very short season. So short season or short cyclic crops, carrot, radish, these are your Zaid crops, of which cucumber is your Zaid crop. Dash are small fishes having greenish blue reflection due to silvery colored longitudinal strips that run from head to the base of the caudal fin tail. Sardines, anchovies, mackerels, tunas and neon tetras. So the answer here is your B, that is anchovies. Anchovies are those fish which are having a white or golden strip sometimes, or blue strip sometimes, or dark gray strips also. These anchovies we are talking about, these are having longitudinal silver colored strips. This could be bluish silver, grayish silver, or even dark colored. One more additional thing about anchovies is that yes, it's a delicacy. In India also it is found, and it is that fish which could be even consumed with the bones. Okay, next. Which of the following nomadic tribe helped in the joint conservation of Gir National Park and contributed to the improvement of lion population. Maldharis, Charan, Kuruba, Monpa and Rebari. So the answer here is your A. Maldharis are those communities which are actually doing conservation in the Gujarat region of the Gir National Park and also for the lion population. Also, there was a disease recently which was associated with the teeth of the lions in the Gujarat and Rajasthan region, and that was canine distemper virus. Okay. Now, this disease can happen to any of the carnivorous or herbivorous animal which are having canine tooths. For example, deer, leopards, cheetahs, lion, tiger. So, during their also health care conservation was done by Maldharis. It is most effective way of organic farming and has numerous advantages for economy and ecology. It breaks the cycle of pest while adding more nutrients in the soil, and it's one of the most effective techniques to maintain healthy soil. Crop rotation, monoculture, crop residue, synthetic fertilizer and tillage. The answer here is crop rotation. So crop rotation is nothing but what choices of the crops and sequence of the crop we will be having for 1 year or particular season. Which state had seen highest rise in 15% in cattle population as per 20th livestock census? Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and Punjab. So the answer here is D, that is West Bengal had shown the highest cattle growth in the country. So let us quickly see animal and highest population according to 20th livestock census. Cattle West Bengal, buffalo Uttar Pradesh, sheep Telangana, goat Rajasthan, pig Assam, poultry Tamil Nadu, camel Rajasthan, yak Jammu and Kashmir, mithun Arunachal Pradesh, and total livestock if you are seeing highest population it's in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so these are all the states and respective animals with highest population. Which of the following statement is correct about bagging technique? I hope you know what bagging technique is. So the bagging technique is one of the preventary methods to prevent the pollination. So covering floral portion of the plants to protect pollination through insects or wind. It is majorly applied to a small number of seeds, acts as identifying or removing plants with desirable characteristics from agricultural field. So 1 only, 3 only, 2 only, 1 and 2 only, and 1 and 3 only. Answer. I need answer. Quick. So the answer here is D, that is 1 and 2 only. See the third part, act of identifying and removing plants with undesirable characteristics from agricultural field, that does not comes in bagging technique. So third is wrong. Generally bagging technique, this is done to most of the horticultural crops like mango, guava, etc. Match the following pairs. In one of the matches seeds are given and second matches color tags are given. So breeder seed, foundation seed, register seed, certified seed, purple, white, azure blue and your golden yellow. So the answer here is E, that is breeder seeds color. When I'm talking about, it's golden yellow. So let's look at the matches. Breeder seed golden yellow color. Nucleus seeds do not have a color, but sometimes you can even consider white, but the real white color is of foundation seeds. Registered is purple color. Certified seeds are blue or azure blue in color. So nucleus seed no color, breeder seed golden color, foundation seed white color, registered seed purple and certified seed blue. What percentage of vertisoil type is available in India? That means vertisoil is the soil order. How much percentage available soil is vertisol in India. 39.74%, 2.51%, 2.92% and 28.8%. We all know vertisols. These are one of the most richly fertile soils. Even black cotton soils exist from vertisol. So therefore, this is not something which is abundantly available in the country. So the answer is going to come E, that is 8.52%. Clear felling system is a method of establishing a forest crop in temporary association with agricultural crops. It is also known as Tongia system. In which of the following states Tongia or shifting cultivation, also Tongia system, right? Shifting cultivation is known as Tongia in your East Asian states. It is primarily practiced in which of the following states in India? And options have been given. So the answer here is C, that is Kerala, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu are the states where Tonga system is followed. I hope you are knowing this clear and felling system. The breeding and rearing of earthworms in a controlled environment is called as what? Vermicasting, vermibreeding, vermicomposting, vermicast and vermiculture. E is your correct answer. Vermiculture is what we are talking about. The Food and Agricultural Organization defines agroclimatic zone as a land unit represented accurately or precisely in terms of major climate and length of growing period, which is climatically suitable for certain range of crops and cultivars. Which of the following is most apt definition of length of growing period? And it is nothing but it is minimum number of days available for the optimum growth of plant with suitable conditions. So our answer should be A. It is nothing but for optimum or healthy growth of a crop, how much minimum days are required or weeks are required. So this gives you an optimum number of days required for the growth of any type of crop in a particular region, because every region will not be having that suitable climate. In which year SHG bank linkage program was started by NABARD on pilot basis? 1992-93, 1991-92, 1993-94, 1990-91 and 2000-2001. So the answer here is definitely your B, that is 1991 and 1992, when your SHG bank linkage program was started by NABARD on pilot basis. Agriculture census is conducted by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare every 5 years. Since 1970-71, how much editions of agri census have been launched till now? Now one more additional thing, latest agricultural census has taken place on 2021 and 2022. Now give me the answers. Otherwise, you will consider 2617 as your last one. So the answer here is your, this is wrong. C is not your answer. Why? Because as I told you, 2015-16 was the last time, but now even 2021 they have done. So the real answer will come for this particular question, that is E, 11 times. So from 1970-71, the latest agricultural census took place on 2021-2022, and that is why 11 times it has been done. The National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development came into force by transferring agricultural credits of RBI and refinance functions of Agriculture Refinance and Development Corporation, in which year, and through which commission's recommendation NABARD was established? Very simple, 1982 B. Sivaraman Committee. Which of the following is the correct sequence of different stages of development of agriculture? Simple, hunting, pastoral, crop culture and trade. In which of the following 5-year plan did Planning Commission of India divided agroclimatic zones into 15 zones? So the classification for agroclimatic zone done by Planning Commission, in which India was divided into 15 zones, was done in your which 5-year plan? So the answer here is C, that its 7th 5-year plan was that particular 5-year plan in which the AC, like India, was classified into the well-known 15 agroclimatic zones today which we see. The temporary suspension of growth of viable seeds accompanied by reduced internal metabolic activity is called as what? It is called as seed dormancy, which is also called as temporary suspension of growth. Golden rice contains beta carotene, which is precursor of vitamin A, okay, which gives yellow and orange color or golden color to the rice. It helps in reducing the vitamin A deficiency and the diseases which are associated with vitamin A deficiency. Which of the following statement is true with respect to crop rotation? It is a system of growing different kinds of crops in recurrent succession on same land. Rotating different crops will hamper the nutrient of soil. Wrong. It can break the pest cycles. That is why first and 3 are correct. A is our correct answer. This is a traditional method of processing fish by salting, drying, smoking, pickling, etc. Identify the method of preservation of fish mentioned in the aforementioned line. We are talking about salting, drying, smoking. This comes under the umbrella term of curing, which is for the fishes. Okay. On the basis of value of products or income, farming is classified under specialized and diversified farming. Specialized and diversified farming. Okay. So farm which has several sources of income but no source of income equals as much as 50% of total receipt. No. If this statement is true, then that would be not specialized, but that would be diversified farming, and we have to find out which are the correct statement with respect to specialized one. Farm which receives more than 50% of income from a single source, that is correct, second. And third is farm which is done on small size holding along with the small factors of production. No, that is also wrong. That is why only 2 will be our answer. That is A is the correct answer. Your specialized farming is not done on small size holdings. Okay. Natural farming, also referred to as natural way of farming, is an ecological farming approach established by dash person in his book dash. So it has been established or discovered by Masanobu Fukoku in his book One Straw Revolution. Which method of layering is also called as etiolation layering? So trench layering is also called as etiolation layering. Which of the following is not an essential organ of plant for plant propagation? So flower is that organ which is not used for propagation. What are the 4 principles of organic agriculture? The 4 principles for organic agriculture are health, ecology, fairness and care. That's why E is our correct answer. Who is the father of weed sciences? The father of weed sciences is Jethro Tull. In which crop is having a maximum area under irrigation? So which is that crop which has maximum irrigation required in terms of area? So the answer here is wheat, because rice is dependent on monsoon rain. In January okay, let's move forward. Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee has recently approved the commercial cultivation of GM mustard. GEAC works under aegis of which of the following ministries? So the answer here is your A, that is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So how much questions have we done? So let us see some more questions, okay? Just a minute. Okay. So up till now we saw some 80, 70, 80 questions. Which of the following statements are true regarding agriculture production in India? India is world's largest producer of milk and jute, correct? Second largest producer of rice and wheat, correct? The share of agriculture in gross domestic product is 18.8%. This value is older, okay? So this is not true. So 1 and 2 will be correct here, okay? So 1 and 2 will be correct. This answer is wrong. Which of the following does not form the part of 7 branches of agriculture? Crop production, horticulture, land degradation, agronomy and livestock production. The answer here is land degradation. It is nowhere associated with branches of agriculture. The word white revolution deals with sharp increase in milk production in the country, also known as Operation Flood. Which of the following is associated as the father of white revolution in India? The answer is Varghese Kurian. Who was the pioneer for the formulation of Krishi Vigyan Kendras in 1974, where it was first time established in Pondicherry? Mohan Singh Mehta, Malegam Committee, B. Sivaraman, K. C. Chakraborty, or you are none of the above? So the answer here is Mohan Singh Mehta. So NABARD Establishment Sivaraman Committee, Ashok Mehta Panchayati Raj, B. L. Mehta your Panchayati Raj, and Krishi Vigyan Kendra Mohan Singh Mehta. Which of the following does arboriculture, a branch of horticulture, deals with? So arboriculture is dealing with study, selection, planting care and removal of individual trees, shrubs and vines and other perennial trees, that is trees cultivation. So A is our correct answer. Scientific name of tomato is what? So scientific name of tomato is nothing but your Solanum lycosporium. So D is your correct answer. A deficiency of which of the following nutrients causes occurrence of red and purple color of maize leaves? Purple color of maize leaves is associated with your only one compound, that is phosphorus deficiency. Which of the following is correct about sugarcane? It is extensively grown in North India, but the climatic conditions are more suitable and favorable in South India. The cultivation was encouraged by British as an alternative to indigo, which lost its significance, and the states like Uttar Pradesh, here the sugarcane was introduced, replacing the replacing the indigos because of the introduction of artificial dyes. Post green revolution has led significant changes in cropping pattern. So I think all the statements are correct here, so E will be our answer. So which of the following description matches with our answer? So it is a cropping system in which succeeding crop, that is the next crop, is sown or planted when first crop has reached its physiological maturity or before it is ready to harvest. The second crop is planted after first crop has reached its reproductive stage or growth. Potato is planted before harvesting of maize. This is your relay cropping which we are talking about. Which of the following is described in the passage below? Technique suggested by Rudolf Steiner to reduce the incidence of weeds, insect, rodents. It refers to ash produced using this method of pest control, which is then sprinkled over the affected area. Peppering, weeding, manuring, specialized farming and dry farming. The answer here is peppering. It is nothing but the insects, rodents, weeds are burned in a pot and the ash of these insects is used as a repellent in your field. Poultry are domesticated birds that are farmed for meat or eggs, such as chicken, turkey, duck, goose. Which of the following is defined as a male chicken less than 1 year old? Pullet, capon, cockerel, rooster, and none of the above. So the answer here is your cockerel. It's a male chicken less than 1 year old, and that's what the question was about. Which of the following breeds of cow is incorrectly matched with its breed type? Sahiwal drought, then Amrit Mahal dual purpose, and Ongole milch. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, and all of the above. The answer here is your Sahiwal is not the drought breed, it's your milch breed. Amrit Mahal is drought breed, not dual purpose, and Ongole is your milch. That's why incorrectly matched when I'm talking about all of the matches are incorrectly matched. Which of the following breed are we talking about? The other name of this breed is Nellore. It is suitable for heavy draught work. Average milk is 1000 kgs per lactation. It is resistant to both foot and mouth disease and mad cow disease. And the answer here we are talking is Ongole, which is also known Nellore in the Andhra Pradesh region. Crazy chick disease is caused by the deficiency of which of the following nutrients? Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin B12, and vitamin E. So I think we completed almost 70 to 80 questions. Now we have again completed 20 extra questions. So 100 questions to idhar hi ho gaye, but we'll do some more. So the answer here is E, which is nothing but your vitamin E. So deficiency of the poultry, vitamin A, which is retinol. Nutritional droop is the disease. Vitamin D, rickets is the disease. Vitamin E, that is encephalomalacia, that is crazy chick disease. Then vitamin K, that is menadoin, that is hemorrhagic blemish. Vitamin B1, that is thiamine, polyneuritis or stargazing disease. Riboflavin, curl toe paralysis. Pantothenic acid, that is B3, chick dermatitis. Pyridoxine, vitamin B6, hyperexcitability. Vitamin B12, cyanobalamecia, that is pernicious anemia. Biotin, cracked feet. Sodium chloride, cannibalism. And chlorine and manganese deficiency results into parosis, that is slip tendon. Which of the following is injected in cattle for milk laid down? Have used a common practice again amongst dairy farmer in India? Oxytocin, prolactin, thyroxine, arginine, and none of these. The answer here is A, that is oxytocin injections are used. They actually increase oxytocin and prolactin, which results into milking, okay, in the mammals. Which of the following is a female bovine that has not had a calf or is aged between 6 months and 3 years old? So bovine animal has been not yet gone through the parturition process or given birth to the calf. It is aged between 6 months to 3 years. So the answer here is your heifer calf. Okay, so let us go. Bovine, when we are talking about, refers to cattle or buffalo. Cow, when we are talking about, female bovine who has had calf and more than 3 years old. Bull is a entire male bovine. Calf, when we are talking about 6 to 9 months old. Bull calf is a male calf. Heifer calf is a female calf which has not given birth to someone. Steer is nothing but castrated male bovine where his testicles are removed. Heifer is a female bovine which had not given birth to young ones. And calving is nothing but giving birth, and herd is a group of cattle. So consider following pairs. Animal and gestation period is given. Sheep 282, goat 316, buffalo 148, cattle 391, pig 114. Which of the above pairs are correct? 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5. So the answer here is your C, that is 5 only. So let us go through all the numbers here. For cattle, the gestation period is 282. For buffalo, it is 316. For sheep, it is 148. For goat, it is 150. For pigs, it is 114. So 115 was the correct answer. Camel, it is 391. Gestation is a period of development during where carrying of an embryo and later fetus inside a viviparous animal. Okay, so very important, make such tables. Consider following pairs based on species, feeding habit and feeding zone. So Rohu, Mrigal and common carp, column feeder and bottom feeder has been given. We have to choose the correct pairs. Only one, 1, 2, 1, 3, none of the above, all of the above. So the answer here is your what? What's your answer? So only one is correct here. Okay. So one is correct here. Only one. Why? See, Rohu when I'm talking about, it is a column feeder. Mrigal when I'm talking about, it's a bottom feeder. And common carp when I'm talking about, it is a bottom feeder. So it's not one only. It's 1 and 3 only. Okay. So 1 and 3 only. So common carp is also a bottom feeder. Remember this very carefully. So look at it. Surface feeder, these are having upturned mouth. Okay, bottom feeders are having downturned mouths. So bottom feeder, most importantly, bottom feeders are your mrigals, common carps. Okay, even catfishes are your bottom feeders. Consider the following statements. Rearing of the fish, cage culture is nothing but rearing of the fish from juvenile stage to commercial stage in a volume of water enclosed from all the sides. Correct. Pen culture is nothing but where raising of the fish enclosed from all the sides except from the bottom. Correct. Raceway culture is defined as raising the fish in running water. Correct. All of the statements are correct. So incorrect statement was asked. So incorrect कौन सी statement होगी? None of the statement is incorrect. All the statements are correct. So your D will be the answer. Okay, X are adapted for flowing conditions and widely distributed in deep waters like rivers, beels, reservoirs and ponds. The bronze X is reported to enter brackish water. They are carnivores and predatory fish in nature. They feed on aquatic insects, mollusks, shrimp and small fishes and take insects and tender roots of aquatic plants during early stages of life. Identify the species which we are talking about. Katla, rohu, catfish, featherbacks and mackerel. So the answer here is D, that is featherbacks. These featherbacks, when we are talking about, these are the carnivorous predatory fishes which are dependent on the other organisms in the water bodies. Yes, consider the following pairs: Rohu labiorohita, grass carp, Tenufarangodon idela, and Katla, that is Katla Katla. Identify the correct scientific names of the fishes among above pairs. Now we all know 1 and 3 is correct, but what about the second one? What about the second one? So the answer here is your E, that is all are correct. The scientific name of Rohu is Labiorohita, uh, Tenopharangidon idela for grass carp, Katla Katla for Katla, common carp is Cyprinus carpio, and Mrigal is Sirinus mrigala. Consider the following statements regarding propagation through modified organs. Sucker, it is a swollen compressed underground stem with short scaly leaves and vegetative buds. Tuber, it is a swollen and fleshy underground stem or root. These are founded and attached at the base of the stem. And rhizome, it's a small plantlet that appears around the mother plant from its base. Which of the following statements are incorrect? Statements are given here. Find out the answer. So the incorrect statement is 2 and 3. First is correct. Sucker is a small plantlet that, yeah. So when we are talking about sucker, it's a small plantlet that appears around the mother plant from its base. It remains attached to the mother plant and continues to grow. Tuber is a swollen and fleshy underground stem or root. These are found attached at the base of the stem. And rhizome is the swollen and compressed underground stem with short scaly leaves and vegetative buds. So your D is the correct answer. Incorrect statements are, so yes guys, incorrect statement was asked. So incorrect statement is one only. The answer is one only because sucker is wrong. Sucker is not a swollen compressed underground stem, but rather it is a small plantlet that appears around the mother plant from its base. Okay. Consider the following activities regarding preparation of soil and match the pairs. Sheet erosion, reel erosion and gully erosion. And correctly match options here are given. So find out which of the following options are correctly matched. Sheet erosion, removal of the soil in thin layers by raindrop impact and shallow surface flow. Reel, wide spray and often dramatic form of soil erosion caused by flowing surface water. And gully, shallow drainage lines less than 30 centimeter deep. So what personally I think that correctly matched is asked. So here the A is the answer. Why? Because here the options of gully and reel erosion were interchanged. Reel erosion is a shallow drainage line less than 30 centimeter. Gully is the widespread and often dramatic form of valley erosion which we saw because of the fast flowing surface water, and sheet erosion is nothing but surface removal by thin layers of the sheets. Consider the following statements regarding soil: arid and desert region, peaty and marshy region, and black regur soil region. And there in front of that, your real regions are given like Western Rajasthan, North Gujarat, and Southern Punjab. For arid and desert, peaty and marshy, Kerala, Odisha coast, Tamil Nadu coast, Sundarban, and regur soil, that is Punjab, Peninsular India, Haryana, UP. So the answer here, we have to find which of the following are correct statements, and my answer is C here, because black regur soil is not found in Punjab, Assam, Peninsular India or Haryana. It is found in the Deccan Plateau in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, some northern part of Karnataka, okay, values of Krishna and Godavari. So that's our correct answer. Okay. Consider the following statements regarding soil. Edaphology is the study of the soil from the standpoint of higher plants, from the point of view of higher plants. Romano Walkowski is a Russian scientist in commonly regarded as father of science. Wilting point is the moisture content of the soil at which plants permanently wilt and will not recover. Which of the following statements are correct? One only, one two only, one and two only, one and three only, and none of the above. So the answer here, according to me, the correct statements are D, that is 1 and 3 only. It's not Romano Walkowski, Russian scientist who is father of soil sciences, but it is Vasily Vasilievich Dokechev. Okay. Which of the following crops are Ratun crops? Cotton, coconut, tobacco, pineapple, and strawberry. Very important. Let me see who gives the answer to this question. So the answer here which we are talking about is pineapple. Pineapple like sugarcane also. So sugarcane, banana, pineapple, all these crops are ratoon crops. Ratoon crops are those crops where even through the older roots, older stubble, remaining apical shoots and apical roots can kept intact to allow the plants to recover and produce as a fresh crop for the next season. Okay, so you just need to cut the crop and harvest it, and you have to keep the roots, apices, shoot apices and the roots intact so that new crop will grow from the same root for the next year. Os, aman and boro are varieties of which type of crops? Or os, aman and boro are local names of which of the crops? So the answer here is your rice. So according to Kharif, Rabi and Zaid season, as in this all three season in the West Bengal and the eastern states, the rice is cultivated in all the three seasons. So therefore it's called as Aman, Os and Boro, which the crop sown in rainy season and harvested in winter season. Agrostology refers to which of the following? Study of grass, study of crops, study of vegetables, study of herbs, study of shrubs, study of fungi. What? So the answer here we are talking about is study of grass. Agrostology is study of grass. Arboriculture is study of herbs and shrubs. Arboriculture is study of crops. Olericulture is study of vegetables. Oliviculture is study of olives. Cyclology is tea cultivation. Apiculture bee. Moriculture mulberry. Mycology study of fungi. Which of the following is known as queen of cereal crops? Wheat, paddy, maize, barley and sorghum. I want to see who is giving answer to this question. So the answer here is your C, that is maize crop. So try to understand here. Let me explain you something. The king of cereal crops is called as wheat. The queen of cereal crop is called as maize. King of fruits is mango. Queen of fruits is lychee. King of temperate fruits is apple. King of spices is black pepper. Queen of spices is small cardamom. Famine reserve is also called as millets. Camel crop is fever. Then king of oil seeds is mustard or peanut. King of weeds is congress grass. King of fruits of dry region is bear. Glory of east is chrysanthemum. Night's queen is nocturnum. King's flower is rose. King of pulses is gram. King of flowers is rose. King of pulses is gram. Queen of beverages is tea. Queen of oils is till. King of fodder crops is barsim. Queen of fodder crops is richka. Poor's fruit is berry or jackfruit. Poor's friend is potato. Poor's grain is pearl millet and yellow jewel is soya bean. Kisan Credit Card Scheme was recommended by which of the following group? Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, R.V. Gupta Committee, Gadgil Committee, Narsimhan Committee and Sivaraman Committee. The answer here is B, which is RV Gupta Committee. Kisan Credit Card was introduced in 1998 and it was prepared by NABARD on the recommendation of RV Gupta Committee. Okay, and declared in the budget of 1998-99. If you need Kisan Credit Card, it would be issued within 15 days. Remember this also. Okay. What is seed multiplication ratio of wheat? 1 is to 200, 1 is to 20, 1 is to 100, 1 is to 40, 1 is to 50. Very hardly such questions can come up in the exam, but definitely there can be exceptions. So the answer here, the seed multiplication ratio for wheat is 1 is to 20. That's why the answer is B. For paddy, it is 1 is to 70 or 1 is to 80. For maize, it's 1 is to 80 or 1 is to 100. For sorghum, it's 1 is to 100. For bajra, it's 1 is to 200. For ragi, it's 1 is to 80. For gram, it's 1 is to 10, 1 is to 12. For cowpea black gram, it's 1 is to 40. For red gram, it's 1 is to 100. For potato, it's 1 is to 4. Chevon is a meat obtained from goat, sheep, camel, cow and pig. So the chevon is nothing but meat which is obtained from goat. It's also called as cabrito. The sheep from the goat, the meat from sheep, it's called as mutton. The meat from pig, it's called as pork, and from cow, it's called as beef. Name the instrument which measures the growth of the plants. Tensiometer, altimeter, potometer, cresograph, and porometer. The answer here is D, that is cresograph. Okay, so I hope that you are knowing this. In 20th century, Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose got Nobel Prize because of the cresograph device only, which showed the growth of the plants, proof of the growth of the plants. The soil in which irrigation is dependent on rainfall is known as Barani soil, Nahari soil, Chari soil, Silable soil, and none of the above. The answer here is A, that is Barani. The rainfall, okay, so the soil or the cultivation which is dependent completely on rainfall is called as Barani. The cultivation or soil which is dependent for irrigation through canals, it's called as Nahari. And the soil or cultivation which is dependent on the wells or bauris, it's called as Chari. And the dependent on river percolation, it's called as Silable. Which of the following causes the yellow color in papaya? Cazanthine, carotene, isocyanate, then memordicoquite and capsaicin. So the answer here is A. So now remember very carefully. देखो guys, पूरा का पूरा यहाँ पर. That's why I tell my marathons you have to be available. Yellow color in papaya is because of the cazanthine. Redness in apple is because of the anthocyanin. Red color in tomatoes is due to lycopene. Red color in chili is due to because of capsaicin. Pungency in chili is because of capsaicin. Orange color in carrot is because of carotene. Red color in carrot is because of anthocyanin. Yellow color in turmeric is because of curcumin. Bitterness in bitter gourd is because of memordicoquite. Bitterness in cucumber is because of cucurbit acid. Yellow color of onion is due to quercetin. Red color in onion is because of anthocyanin. Pungency in onion is because of allyl propyl disulfide. Pungency in raffinus is because of isocyanate. Pungency in mustard is because of glucosilates. Pungency in garlic is because of diallyl disulfide. Green color of potato tuber is because of solanine. Sour taste of gram leaves is due to malic or oxalic acid. Pungency in pepper is due because of oleoresin, and pungency in cabbage leaves is due to cinegreen. Which of the following refers the crops grown together to increase production capacity of major crops? Augmenting crop, coal crop, arable crop, and trap crop and cover crop. So two crops are planted together, and these refers to the crops which are grown together to increase production capacity of the major crop. So here, this crop which I am talking about, it is augmenting crop. Augmenting crops are those which are sown to supplement the yield of the main crop, to support the main crop, to increase their yield, to increase the production. Rijica and barsim are cropped with mustard so that mustard grows more. Cole crops are those which belong to the Brassica family. So whatever your cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli are there, cole crops. Cover crops are those, these are fast growing grasses or shrubs which are planted as mulching green cover crops to prevent the soil erosion and providing organic matter. Cowpea, rye, buckwheat are the example. Arable crops are those where for their cultivation and growth, the normal tillage activity, either primary or secondary, is very responsible. Trap crop are those crops which prevent the attack of the pest on main crop by protecting the main crop by letting themselves sacrificed from the pest attack. Lay crop are plantation and cultivation of fodder crops, and nurse crop is a subtype of a crop which facilitates the growth of the main crop or supports the growth of the main crop. Red revolution is associated with milk product, meat and tomato, honey, oilseed, drug and pharmaceuticals. The answer is meat and tomato. So this is the table. One time just have a look on it. So let's move forward. Who among the following is known as father of agrometeorology in India? Dr. Kurian, Professor Mason Walk, C.T. Patel, L.A. Ramdas and K.L. Chadha. Father of agrometeorology in India is nobody else but L.A. Ramdas or Lakshmi Narayan Puram Ananta Krishnan Ramdas, who is an Indian meteorologist. Okay, so father of agronomy is Peter de Crescenzi. Agri engineering in India, father is Mason Wog. Agrometeorology is L.A. Ramdas. Animal husbandry is Robert Bakewell. Animal husbandry in India is Dr. Kurian again, father of milk revolution. Cooperative movement in India, father is F. Nicholson. Extension education, father is Liggins or Seaman. Field plot experiment was done by Bossinggold, and fruit and vegetable preservation was done by Nicholas Appert. Here also some of the personnels are given here associated with the important events. Okay, so let's move forward. Which of the following fish is referred to as tigers of water? Pulasa, Karimin, Mahasir, Kajuli and Surmai. The answer here is Mahasir. So look at this Mahasir fish. The scales and the golden color on the Mahasir fish. So golden silver color or brownish golden color. This strips gives it the look of tigers. So that's why they are called as tigers from the water. Let's see some of the statements which are associated with social forestry. The word social forestry was coined by Ernest Wilbey and used in 9th Commonwealth Forestry Congress in 1968. Social forestry aims at growing forest of the choice of local population, correct? Social forestry may be defined as art and science of growing trees in and outside traditional forest areas and managing like existing forest with intimate involvement of people. Which of the following statements are correct? And the answer here is C, that it's 2 and 3 only. So the term has been coined by J.C. Westoby. According to FAU, the forest is defined as land spanning more than 0.5 hectares with trees higher than 5 meters and a canopy cover of more than 10% or trees able to reach threshold in situ. In the light of above statement, identify the criteria mentioned by the India State of Report which defines a forest. So forest is nothing but a total area of 1 hectare with a height more than 2 meters and canopy cover of 10%. Then in the area of 2 hectare, height of 5 meter and canopy cover 5%. then area of 1 hectare, height of 6 meter and canopy less than 2, canopy cover less than 2%, and forest can be less than area 2 hectare, height 4 meter and canopy cover 12%, and last is area of less than 3 hectares, less than 1 meter of height and canopy cover of less than 10%. The answer here guys is your A. The forest cover is defined as the area where more than 1 hectare of trees are planted. The height of all these trees planted in 1 hectare or more than 1 hectare is 2, the height is more than 2 meters, and the canopy cover of this area, which is 1 hectare or more than 1 hectare, should be 10% of the total area. The canopy cover should be. So this is your correct answer. Last question. Which of the following statements are correct related to agroforestry? It is altogether different branch from social forestry. Thus, it is agroforestry coexistence of farm and forestry adopted on scientific basis. The total yield of land is raised significantly. Agroforestry is a collective name for land used systems involving trees combined with crops or animals on the same field of land. The answer here would be your C, that is 2 and 3 only. Always remember guys, one of the very important thing, agroforestry is conspicuously important part of social forestry only. So social forestry का सब part ही agroforestry है. So the classification of social forestry could be further done into agroforestry. So agroforestry and social forestry as not different branches. So with this we will end the session here. Thank you very much. I know that it's very late, but still